Once I got to know Anoma and I was introduced to her work, she told me that she had the seed of an idea to produce a monograph. It then became very clear that she wanted some help to turn this book into a reality, and that's where I came in. It was my great pleasure and an honor to be able to help her to find a wonderful graphic design. The book features a number of essays. Those start to explore the quality of her work and also some interesting details into Anoma's past. The book, of course, has been supported and sponsored by Colombo 7 Gin, a fantastic company that's looked at the idea of how you take a wonderful story based on the idea of how London gin during the Second World War was actually produced almost exclusively in Sri Lanka, because it was the only place where you could get the necessary botanicals, and then was reintroduced or recreated a few years back. And they've been amazing in giving Anoma the support to turn this book into a reality.
I was so attracted by this project because for me her work is often, I think, about a fulcrum whereby one is galvanized towards an emotional response. What she does so well in her work through, often it's not just its representational element, but also the way she uses environment, which is so important in her work, when she pulls together different elements to actually help you to come to a point where a sense of emotion, but a sense of a realization through an engagement with the work becomes very, very clear and becomes very much front of mind. And this is what really, I think, made me feel that this was a project that I was very keen to help in whichever way I could.
I was mesmerized by her art then. It's so rich and so deep, and I love the way that she manages to combine so many of the social issues and the cultural issues together with a very deep knowledge and love for Buddhist theology and German poetry and Romanticism. It's a real honor to be able to have worked with her amongst so many other talented contributors and to try and convey the complexity and the sincerity of her art. And I'm thrilled that Anoma is having so much recognition recently. There was a big show that she was in Hong Kong. I'm very much looking forward to May and to seeing her show at the Venice Biennale.
I saw her as clearly a powerhouse artist in Sri Lanka, and I felt like I really needed her in the collection. Just her work's extremely powerful and speaks to everyone, and it's not flimsy. It has that kind of substance and strength that people look for, and yet it's materially durable to the eye.
As I come to Anoma's studio, and I have that lucky and fortunate position as an art dealer to be going there and seeing the way she works, listening to the music she plays in the background, seeing all the things that trigger her in terms of her art, the poetry on the walls, the images everywhere. It's a real delight. It's a delight, actually, a part of my job that not many people get to see and to witness something like that. Seeing her process and her dedication, and then seeing the art. And for me as a dealer, I need to see both of those things. I need to see a dedicated professional artist who has a vision for their work, and I need to see work that stands alone without knowing anything about the artist. And it really did that. It was a harmonized epiphany that I had in that studio there. And I really encourage you to take this moment to look at that book and take one home, because this is an artist that has been working for so long and has evolved such a mature style that it's great to see it in print.